Hey guys, so I just got out of my meeting for Noah, or meetings. Actually, it was a couple of meetings back to back. I have the biggest headache right now, and I am sitting in really horrible traffic, and I am overwhelmed. I am so overwhelmed and so stressed. You know, I am so very grateful for everybody who has been praying for a solution for Noah, because it has been working because we went from having 0 options just as of a couple days ago to having 3 possible options right now for placement for him. And while that is super awesome and positive and exciting, it's also is overwhelming because we have to try to pick the best option for him. And I still want to bring him home. I still, my heart is just saying, you know, bring him home and get all of those supports in place that Regional Center can offer us, like protective supervision and respite and all of those things. But what my Regional Center caseworker told us is that, say we did that, say we put like the maximum amount of hours that they could give us into place so that we always had somebody extra in our home to watch over Noah and keep him safe, except for like when he's sleeping. It's still, like, Noah is still going to have challenges. Noah is still going to freak out. Noah is still going to flip out at some point. And if anybody is hurt in that environment, DCFS could step in and take all of the kids during like an investigation, because they just could. And so we are kind of backed into a corner in a way, because we know that we wouldn't be able to go even a few days without Noah having a major upset. And, you know, do we want to take that risk, and do we want to subject the other kids to that constant state of stress and worry, and constantly hearing Noah melt down every 2 minutes? And, you know, that's a lot to put on the younger kids, let alone the older kids. And so, you know, I was telling our caseworker, I was like, you know, my older 3 kids probably have PTSD from all of Noah's stuff. Like, seriously. I actually was getting a call from Rich, so I switched over. So I think I was talking about just the risks of bringing Noah home. So it feels like that option is like slipping away. And what's really so difficult, besides the fact that I want to bring him home, is that he was really sad today when I was there, and he doesn't understand why he has to go to another place. He keeps saying, you know, just give me one more chance. And that is what just rips my heart to shreds, because, you know, of course that's what I want to do. I just want to bring him home, but he doesn't understand that, you know, he just kind of, his perception of things is so different. And so he just thinks, like, he comes home, he'll try really hard and it'll be okay. And he keeps saying, I just want to be a perfect kid. And I keep telling him there's no such thing as a perfect kid. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So now we have to decide between these 2 places, because There's a third place, but that one we probably won't like get any more information on until Friday. And one of the places like needs to know by tomorrow because they are interviewing other clients, other potential clients for that spot. And so if we don't take it, they'll fill it with somebody else, and then we'll lose that spot for Noah. The other place is, and it's kind of funny because there's another place that we've already went and looked at a while back, but then they decided that they couldn't take Noah because of his risk of AWOLing, of leaving, leaving the facility or the home. And so that was taken completely off the table. Well, then we're like, you know what? I'm just gonna, sorry guys, this traffic is like ridiculous. So that was taken completely off the table. They said no. And so then we're like, all right, well, it wasn't meant to be. But the owners of this particular facility are Christians. And the guy called me today when I was driving to this other interview, and he was like, you know, Noah's been on my heart a lot. And then I got a call, and they asked if I would reconsider Noah. And so they're like, you know, we're definitely considering him, and you know, how do you feel about that? And so now we're like this is great that we have options, but now we have to try to decide which place would be the absolute best place for Noah. And that is based on a limited amount of information that we have. And so one place would be super close to us. It would be in a better school district, potentially. It would, let's see, what are the other positives about that place? Just close, like geographically, it would be much, much better. And they're more trained to deal with behaviors. It's just a different, it's set up a little bit different. And so that would be like a good thing. But then this other place, it's set up more like it's like a family setting, and the kids that are there have been there a while and will continue to live there for quite a while, because it's for developmentally delayed kids who cannot live at home for whatever reason. And so it really, they're probably a little lower functioning than Noah in a lot of areas, and then higher functioning in other areas. So that, you know, it would be good, because then Noah would be able to kind of feel like he's helping and contributing, because he's already been there and he's seen it, and he was like, oh, I can help them, and it was really sweet. But the school district that it's in is not a very good school district, and it's kind of far, and so that is just, it's like up and over a mountain. It's about probably like an hour's drive, and so, or a little bit more, but it's I don't know, it just seems like it could be good for a lot of reasons, and then it has negatives. And so the guy from that place, when he called me this morning on my way, he was like, you know, do you believe in Jesus? And I'm like, well, of course. And he's like, do you mind if I pray? And I was like, you know, no, absolutely not. Like, please. And so he prayed with me about this, and, you know, I was so grateful for him for doing that. He's like, you know, we just want what's best for Noah, and that just really meant a lot to me too, because that means that he would be in a place that, you know, their faith aligns with ours. You know, they're very nice people. They're very kind. They're very caring. And so it just makes this decision very, very difficult, because the last thing we want is for Noah to go into a placement and then it not be the right fit for him, and then a few weeks in have to scramble to try to find him a different placement. And so you know, it would just be hard for Noah. Like, he's already having a hard time leaving his current facility because he's so comfortable there. And so, it's just going to be a really tough decision. And what makes it like 1,000 times harder is that we have to make this decision like within the next 24 hours. Like, we have the possibility of going to see it tomorrow, and Noah would go too. And so we probably will go and look at this place tomorrow, this other place, and then we'll have to choose between the two, and we'll have to basically let them know tomorrow afternoon after we see this place, because they have other people waiting, and they will just go with somebody else if we don't take the spot, because these spots are so few and far between, and they're coveted by these separate regional centers, and it's actually not in our catchment area for the regional center that Noah is out of currently. It's in a different regional center, and so they have to give permission to give up one of their homes to another regional center area. There's so much, like, there's so much stuff involved. And so yeah. And then on top of that, you guys, oh my gosh, I don't know if I told you guys this or not. On top of that, we have to fill out these forms that could potentially, depending on our income, we could potentially have to pay a portion of Noah's room and board, like his care, to regional center, like to help offset their costs. And that's on top of them taking his AAP, which is the adoption funding. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, on top of everything else, then we have to pay them, like, oh. I mean, I'm not, like, upset with them. I'm just upset with the whole, like, system of how it's set up. It's like, thanks for coming along with me on this crazy, crazy journey of trying to get Noah help and, you know, come up with the best plan. And I really think it's important to kind of do these raw vlogs and get these like feelings out there, because I think it's important for other parents who are going through this to know that they're not alone. And also sorry, I thought my phone was ringing. I was like, and also just to get that awareness out there, like to see like firsthand what it's like living with a child with FASD. Like, this is what it's like. This is, you know, daily life. This is our daily life right now. It would look much different if he was at home. It would be a lot more action-packed. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Bye!
Another chance. You still say no. So I don't really want to go to that group home. So you can't force me to go, okay? And I don't want to talk no more. So bye.
Okay, well, if we go there tomorrow, then you can see if you would like it, okay? Do you understand?
No.
And he hung up.